All right, let's do this. It is Wednesday, March 4th. We will look at an array of equities, gold, silver, and oil. So let's start with equities. S&P 60-minute chart. So we had quite a strong bounce today. I didn't expect it would be that high. I thought maybe we'd have 20, 30 points up, but we just kept on going. Look at this candle here. And even the afternoon was painfully tedious. The only good thing was that the closing hours saw a rollover. Kind of similar to Monday, right? Right? Look at that. Monday afternoon closing hour candle leans weak, and then the next day, bam. So you gotta wonder, could we maybe gap down tomorrow under 6,800 again? But broadly, it's a lot of chop, right? The only other thing would be that we're putting in lower highs, lower lows, right? You know, that's this 67.10 print's kind of important for the bears. And now we have a possible lower high of 68.85. So now can we take out 6,700? Doesn't have to be before the weekend. It could be next week instead. Just. Only other thing, VIX on a 60-minute, which closing our candle, little mini spike, 60-minute, one on the low end. So we're going to be prone to turning positive VIX either tomorrow or Friday. I mean, we're on the low end. There's a war going on. VIX 21s is low. And look, we were 28. 28 to 20, building a floor. I got to wonder tomorrow. If the market gaps down, you could easily see the VIX gap back up to 24, 25s. I would note the Bollinger is resistance at 26. So that's something to keep in mind for tomorrow. All right, let's just leave the commodities for later. And we'll just flash through some of these and see if there's anything that stands out. So yeah, Apple was down 0.5% despite it being event day. Not great. Black candle, Archer Aviation. Agnico Eagle, bearish engulfing candle. Momentum will turn negative at the Thursday open. This is a very bearish setup for Thursday. I think silver and gold have similar. I think they have black candles. Uh, I don't know what earnings were for American Eagle and after hours. I will say the today's candle is a black doji, which leans bearish for Thursday. So again, I have no idea what after hours earnings action is. In theory, that's a black candle. In theory, we should be down, maybe. I gotta wonder if we'll even print the 17s. But again, I don't know what earnings were. I'll check them tomorrow morning. Not looking now. First Majestic Silver, black candle. Momentum will turn negative, perhaps tomorrow. AMD, solid gains, 5.8%. So we had a bounce from a 200-day yesterday. I think we're still going to take it out though. I think we're coming down to 160. I mean 150. Stock charts computer has a target of 161, but my target would be 150. Amazon, solid gains. Nothing bearish. I guess I would accept there's big resistance. 224, 225. Barrack mining, black candle, bearish. I don't care about some of these. Caterpillar, black candle, bearish. Kamiko, not much there. Carnival's bearish. Cleveland Cliffs. What is this? We know what this is, right? This is a multi-week bear flag. You could maybe even look for the sevens. Coinbase bouncing with Bitcoin. Deckers down 1%, not much there. Disney, 0.25%. Ford, black candle, bearish. Freeport, black candle, bearish. Google, don't care. Home Depot, bit of a chop fest, leaning that higher, mostly due to the main market. Heckler, black candle. Intel, bouncing. Joby, that's it's not a black candle, no, but it's a lot of chop. JP Morgan, it's a weak performance relative to the sector in the main market. KKR up 3.6%. Yesterday's hollow red reversal candle played out. And that reminds me of Blackstone, which should be similarly higher. Yep, yesterday's candle played out. Moving on. Meta Platforms, 1.9%. Nothing bearish there. MP Materials, black candle, bearish. Microsoft, oh, look at this. I didn't notice this. It's had pretty strong gains in the mid-afternoon, but it did cool back. I mean, 0.3%. Momentum is on the higher end, prone to rolling over. I accept that we could just go to green gap next week, but I do lean net bearish the market, and I think this is going to break down. Look at this beautiful double top. How that played out, and see where it floored from this threshold. So I'd accept it is still technically short-term bullish, and there is this big gap. But if the main market has a rough few days next week into April, then it's gonna be difficult to get there. I could accept, and I know some people who've been buying this, a number of people. I mean, fine, but your stop has to be 381, right? I mean, it's 405. If it loses 381, next stop would be 342. So stops are good usually. Don't care about Micron, Netflix, flooring up. Nike, down 1.3 in the 58s. So it's finally set to fill red cap. NVDA, 1.6%. Yesterday's hollow red reversal candle played out. If this 200-day, which is down 175, fails to hold, 150. I think 150 is coming. That's an arrogant assumption, but still. On this, solid gains, but a lot of chop. I like it in the long term. Occidental, hollow red reversal candle, bullish for Thursday. Pan American Silver, black candle, bearish. Momentum will turn negative at the Thursday open. Miners are looking weak for Thursday. A lot of black candles. Palantir, solid gains of 4%. I don't think there's any way we can get much above the 50-day and the 200-day. Bearish 400. And that's a bold target. I accept. Red cap, black candle. Short-term bearish for the main market. Long-term bullish. We're in their era of drone wars, right? Rocket Lab, 2.5%, 71.91, not a black candle. Yesterday's reversal candle played out. I still lean, if the main market leans weak, then this should come back down to test the 200-day 53s. Target, new cycle high, but it did settle back, closing down 0.5%. Tesla, 3.4%, another stock that's trying to hold for 200-day. I lean net bearish. Take two, stalled at resistance. United Airlines, failed gains, down 2%. 200-day fails, that would be a problem. So it would suggest that maybe we're going to go down at least to maybe 82s would be a magnet. Shotfest, UPS. Oh, look at that. Failed gains, full reversal, bearish engulfing candle, 2.4%. Yeah, I do wonder, maybe we're going to come down to the 200-day. Again, that's going to need the main market to drop pretty hard. Exxon, down 1.3%. Momentum is on the low end, prone to turning positive in a week or so. Um, hmm. Let's go to. Okay, actually, we'll just jump to Bitcoin briefly. Um, so Bitcoin printed 74K. It's now 72. It's going to be very difficult to break above 74, 75, 76. Let's jump to gold on a daily. Actually, well, GOD. Um, Officially, GOD was up 0.8%. Black candle. This is bearish for Thursday. Momentum is increasingly negative. Silver looks much the same. Yep, black candle down. It settled up 0.9, but black candle. Momentum is set to turn negative at the Thursday open. Bearish gold, silver, and if I look at the miners ETF, yeah, look at that black candle. So gold, silver, and the miners are all suggestive that Thursday will be red. Let's jump to oil. How do we want to do this? Do we want to look at USO or WTIC? Sometimes I'm inclined to just steer away from certain things. I want to, for clarity, I think this is important. USO, 60-minute chart. A lot of chop today. And we did print, yeah, 89.11, right? Yeah. We did close at 1.5% though, 91.56. People Bollinger offers 94s early Thursday. I think we could jump. I mean, it's even possible, of course. And we've been doing a lot of this recently. Look, there's a jump on Friday, jump on Monday, jump on Tuesday, cool back, Wednesday, chop, leaning upwards. So yeah, I think we could see 94s. We might even it's not going to take that much, right? I mean, we're talking about $3. $3 is 3.5%. So you could see oil up. I think there's a good chance of seeing oil up 3% at the open. And for the record, I would be looking to exit if that's the case. I want to reposition and lighten up. Looking on a smaller time frame, yeah, just a lot of chop, but leaning upwards. Yeah, I'm tired. It's been a busy few weeks. Been a profitable few weeks, but still doesn't mean it's easy. You know what? I think I should end on. Well, I'm not sure whether I want to end on an S&P chart and an oil chart. Look, monthly momentum turned positive as of last Thursday, and it's increasingly positive. I mean, in theory, this is a big deal. I think oil could tick up for months. I mean, $100. I mean, look, it's cost. Look, we're in a war situation here. We could hit $100 this month. So this candle is provisionally spiky from resistance of the upper Bollinger, 76s, 77s. So this isn't surprising. So we cooled back a little bit, but this candle could just be a powerful up ramp. And we could be $100 before the end of the month. We're in a war situation. All the normal rules no longer apply. And 100 doesn't even get us close to where we were when Russia invaded Ukraine. So yeah, officially commodity oil closed 75.63. If you go much above, I mean anything above 78, and then the next resistance is $80, and then 84, 87, 92, and then 100. I did see one story today. Yeah, America sunk a Iranian ship off Sri Lanka. So now we're talking about international uh, war between Iran and America/Israel. Great, huh? Why would anybody not be bullish oil? Especially this. I mean, nobody cares, but they should. There's your buy signal, like last Thursday. We're going up. I don't know how much. I mean, I think 100 looks pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of when. Do we do it this month? Probably not. Do we do it April? Maybe. Uh, very realistic in June, July. But again, war situation. Normal rules don't apply. And one other thing, maybe I want to end on monthly chart for the S&P. I mean, look, nobody seems to notice or care. I'm the only one, right? Tick, 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 tick. Down. It's going to turn negative. Probably in April. It's either going to do it this month or certainly by April 1st. And the last time we turned negative, bam, market got slammed almost roughly 20%. This time round, support is around 5,500. And yeah, the current candle, but again, we're only free trading days into the month. It's a reversal. But I want to get, let's see if we take out the Teneme, which is 66.91. Anyway, in theory, tomorrow should be red, at least for a while. I just wonder how oil would do. Again, I'm looking to exit. Um, I will try and take gains as and when I can get them. So if I see oil up more than if up 3% or more, then I'll be all right. I do think I will say that even if I sell again, this is ironic. Even if I sell oil tomorrow morning, I'll still look to buy back, but I don't want to buy back too much. I'm certainly not looking to hold as heavy as I was last weekend when I correctly called uh, an attack. So net bullish oil into the summer on a broader basis. I really think this is like try not to get lost in the day-to-day swings, and yeah, I think we're going to see $100 oil plus at some point. But again, whether that's this month or a couple of months out, I don't know. One day at a time, right? So net bearish for Thursday, equities, bullish VIX, maybe to 26. Bullish oil in fear. Again, if oil and equities have been trading inverse, which is somewhat unusual. It didn't happen today. But yeah, if equities get whacked tomorrow, then oil should be up at least 3%. Maybe, I'm going to hope for 5-6%, but that's, I'm inherently biased because I'm in that position. So we'll see. I wish you a good night, and I guess I'll appear tomorrow morning. Good night.